Hi guys, my name is Serena and welcome to my channel. Now this is so crazy to say because I've been wanting to do this for a very long time. It's been a long time coming and we're finally here. Okay, and I thought what a better way to start a YouTube channel than by talking about all my favorite books. So as you can tell by the title, that is exactly what we're doing today. Now I will say that I was never really a big reader until around the COVID time. That is when I discovered BookTok and my life has changed forever. Okay, I've read like a few books here and there. I was a big Wattpad girl in high school, but other than that I have never really read much. BookTok really quite literally changed my life. These books that I'm going to talk about are my absolute favorite books. Not a day goes by when I don't think about them, when I don't think about the characters, when I don't think about the world. I just love them so much. Now you can see the whole bookshelf behind me. I have not read all of the books that are on my bookshelf, so if you see a certain book or the series and you're like, how did you not include it in your video? It's probably because I have not read it yet, so don't come after me, okay? There's still quite a bit of these books that I have to get to, and they are on my TBR. I am trying to get through it as fast as I can, so there's definitely going to be another video, an updated video at some point in the future that will include these books, but right now there are a lot that I have not read, so if you see something, just know it's probably because I haven't read it. Okay, now let me go grab my books. Let me go get them out of the shelves because I have not pulled them out yet, and then I'll be back and we'll talk about them. Now, a lot of these books are pretty popular and I feel like you have probably already read them or have it on your TBR or have seen them before, so I'm not going to go much into detail about what they're about, but we're just gonna go over them real quickly and I'll tell you why I like them and maybe just a quick summary. So, I do have quite a few of them, like I said, so oh my gosh, we're gonna be sitting here for like 3 hours talking about these. I already know, because I cannot shut up about books. And that is a problem. Okay, anyways, the first one is Wait For You by Jennifer Almatrod. I think that's how you say her last name. Now, this book I read in like 2014. One of my best friends at the time recommended this book. This was when I was not a huge reader, but she said that I absolutely have to read this one because it's so good. And boy, was she right. This one is so good. It's been over a decade now, I think, since I read this, and I still think about this book often. I've reread this like 3 or 4 times. So this is a college romance, and our main characters are in astrology class together. And I remember this scene very vividly because it's my favorite one out of the whole book. So they have a class assignment for their astronomy class, and so they have to go out at night and look for the stars and then draw a map or something along those lines. So he takes her to this, I can't remember if it was like a park or some spot on campus, something along those lines, where there's a tower that they go up on, and they lay down and they just look at the stars and they talk, and it's just so cute. I highly recommend. This one is not all rainbows and butterflies. Now this one has some heavy topics, so maybe check the trigger warnings before you're going into it. It's nothing crazy, but there are some heavier topics. So love this one, highly recommend if you're looking for a short, fast-paced, cute romance. This one is really good. Now, like I said, I really got into reading around COVID time when BookTok just was going crazy, and this series has been in every single recommendation video, and I was like, you know what, if so many people love it, it cannot be a bad series. So I just gave it a go. That has changed my life quite literally so much to me, because this is what got me into reading, and I probably would not be where I am today if I did not discover this series. Like, it's that serious for me. It's my baby. I love it and I always will. This series is just, it holds a special place in my heart. It's ACOTAR series, but more specifically A Court of Mist and Fury. This is my favorite book out of the whole series. This one has the most romance between our two main characters. It's so good. It is so good. I'm sure you've probably read it already. I don't have to tell you how good it is, but if you have not yet, drop everything right now and run. Get ACOTAR series and start reading, because it will change your life. It is so good. So that's that on that. This next book is just a whole different vibe from the first two books that I showed you. It's a dark romance. It's Hunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton. Now, this book, this is a duology, so this is the first book in the series. I've seen so many mixed reviews on this one. I feel like it was 50-50. Half of people loved it and half of people hated it. And I fell into 50% that loved it. This book was unhinged. It was crazy. It was insane. But was it good? Yes. Was it entertaining? Yes. If any of this has happened in real life, absolutely not. But it is a book. It's fiction, so you gotta give it that. It is a stalker romance. There is crazy stuff happening. Definitely check your trigger warnings. There is a trigger warnings page in the very beginning. So if you're thinking about reading it, definitely check the trigger warnings because it's not for everybody. Go into this prepared. And if you are gonna give it a shot, then just throw all your morals away. Enjoy it for pure entertainment, okay? That's all I'm gonna say about this one. Now, this next one is, I guess, another dark romance. Corrupt by Penelope Douglas. Now, this is a part of this series and this is the first book. I honestly cannot tell you which book is my favorite, so I'm just gonna show you the first one. Now, this series is also kind of 50-50 on the reviews. Some people love it, some people hate it. This is about the 4 horsemen, the 4 guys, and they all have their book. It's about 4 different couples. They all go to high school, and every year before Halloween on Devil's Night, they do these crazy pranks. They literally cause chaos. They burn buildings. There's just so much going on, okay? A lot of people say that you can read it as standalones and just pick and choose which book you want to read if you don't want to read the whole series. But there is a plot that continues on throughout the books. If you just choose to read like one of the books in these series, I feel like you'll be very confused. So like I said, if you start a second book, you're gonna be like, what the heck is going on? I feel like the first book is a lot of people's least favorite, but I actually really enjoyed it. I wouldn't say it's my favorite out of the series, but I also cannot really say that this is my least favorite. I kind of love them all equally, and I cannot pick one. Like, I love them all. I love the series as a whole. I can't really pick my favorite one. Definitely check trigger warnings going into this as well. It's not as dark as Hunting Adeline, but it is definitely a darker romance. So if you're new to the genre, if you kind of want to give it a shot, this might be a good series to go with. But like I said, it's 50-50, so you might love it or you might hate it. So now, this next book is The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber. Now, this is the second book in Once Upon a Broken Heart series, and I love this series so much. So we have Once Upon a Broken Heart, The Ballad of Never After, and then A Curse for True Love. And the second one is my absolute favorite in this series, and I feel like that is true for a lot of people. I feel like second one is a lot of people's favorite. Jax, the MMC in this book, is... Now, this is a YA fantasy. You have magic, you have curses, there's some vampires in here. There's just so much going on. It is a very fast-paced series, so if you're looking for something that's so easy to read and fast-paced and very entertaining, I highly, highly recommend. I did not think I was gonna like this as much as I did. When I started the first book, within probably like the first few chapters, I knew it was gonna be a 5-star read for me and I would love this series so much, and I did. It did not disappoint, so highly, highly recommend. This next book that I'm going to show you is a part of this series. Again, what a shocker, but I feel like everyone and their mothers have read these books, or if you have not read them yet, you've probably seen them. I feel like it is loved by so many and everyone talks about these books. Now, it's Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. I've only read the first 2 books in this series and I love them so much. Now, I am trying to read them as slow as I can because I just want to savor it. If you love Gossip Girl, this is literally a Gossip Girl in a book. You have this group of friends, you just follow along throughout the books. There's not really much of a plot per se. You just more so follow characters' day-to-day life and their struggles and friendships and relationships. But it is so crazy. It is... Let me just collect my thoughts here, okay? Now... I feel like I have a love-hate relationship with these series because it's so good. But when I was reading these books, I just wanted to throw them across the room. I wanted to throw them in the fire. I wanted to run over these books with my car. Like, they were making me angry because of what these characters say and what the characters do and the way they're acting towards each other. And it's just insane. Relationships in these books are so toxic. Reading about them is just so entertaining. Definitely recommend if you love Gossip Girl, if you just want something that would make you feel 20 million things all at once. that's gonna be this series. Highly recommend. Okay, this next one is Happy Place by Emily Henry. I love this book so much, but I will say, do not let the cover deceive you, okay? It's called Happy Place, but it was in fact not all fun and happy. This book made me bawl my eyes out. This one is on this list because it is so relatable. The things that the characters are going through in this book, like we can all relate in a way to these characters and their struggles and their stories, to the friendships and relationships. It's about this group of friends that known each other for so long. They've been going to this beach house and this is their last time at the beach house all together. And you have our main couple that you kind of follow along. So you get to see the past and the present, and there's a lot going on. There are struggles in relationships, there are struggles in friendships. This is given the best summer coastal vibes, and it's a cozy book, but at the same time it's like very gut-wrenching, if that makes sense. I don't even know if you can put those two together, if that makes any sense at all, but that's how I feel about this one. I loved it so much. So if you're looking for a good book to read around the summertime or even in the springtime, read this one. But I will say you will probably bawl your eyes out, so do that what you will. You guys, this next one, Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I love this book so much. It is so good. This was my favorite book of 2023, and I have no words for it, honestly. No words. This is a part of the trilogy. Now we have Powerless, then we have a novella, Powerful, and Reckless is the second book. Let me collect my thoughts here, okay? I could literally sit here and talk about this series for like 2 hours straight, and I'll still have something to say about it. Now, this is a YA fantasy. Our MMC in this book, Kai, top tier. Top tier. Literally, anything that comes out of his mouth in these books, I have tabbed. Because, like, who says that? Who says that? It's so good, you guys. I highly recommend this. It's YA fantasy. We have high stakes, we have enemies to lovers, we have trials. It's even the best Hunger Games vibes. And I could not put it down. I started reading this and I binged it in one sitting because it is that good. You absolutely have to read it. I highly, highly recommend. If you have not read this series, I don't know what you're doing. You have to drop everything right now. Like right this second, go get the book and start reading it because it will not disappoint. This next one, Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Now, I feel like everyone and their mothers, again, have read this series, have read this book. It's been everywhere. Everyone has been talking about Book Talk, BookTube, Bookstagram, everywhere. I feel like if you are in the book community, you have definitely seen this book going around. It is so big. This series is so big, and for a right reason, because it is so good. I don't even know where to begin with this one either, because I was just hooked from the very first page. I knew this was gonna be a 5-star read within like the first few pages. It is fantasy. We have enemies to lovers, we have high stakes, we have a writer's college, we have people dying left and right, we have just crazy things happening. Obviously we have dragons, and Zayden, the MMC, is another top tier. I have no words. If you've seen the movie Divergent or if you've read the books, it is giving very similar vibes, and it's so good. If you have not read the series, run. Like, it's so good. I highly recommend. This is one of my favorite series of all time. I cannot wait for the next book. The ending of a third book. Like, I'm sorry. We need a fourth book, like, right now. She needs to write it right now. So, highly, highly recommend. It is a hyped series, but it is hyped for a reason. So, definitely give it a go. The next one is Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. I absolutely love this book. It is so cute. I think this is the first Abby Jimenez book that I've read, and it did not disappoint. It's one of my favorites now, and I will recommend this to anyone and everyone. The romance between the two characters is just so wholesome. It's so cute. I love them with all my heart. They write letters to each other. There is some fake dating in this, but the anxiety representation in this book is just so good. I feel like if you've ever struggled, or if you're struggling with anxiety or know somebody who struggles with anxiety, I feel like this would be so relatable because our MMC is going through that. So it was amazing. 5 stars, highly recommend. If you have never read any Abby Jimenez books, or if you are thinking about reading this one, do it. Okay, I have 3 more books, you guys. Okay, this next one, Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. This is another such a wholesome book. I read this book a while ago. It was not that long after I read ACOTAR series, and I still think about this book to this day. The characters are so wholesome, the story is so cute, summer vibes are just amazing. When I first read it, I gave it 6 stars. I think this is actually the first book that I've ever given 6 stars because I loved it so much. It just gave me all the feels. If it's on your radar, if it's on your TBR, definitely recommend. Now this next one, you guys, this next one is another dark romance. I honestly don't even know how to explain this book. God of Malice by Rena Kent. Now, I got this book because of Larry. I'm sure y'all know her. I don't know her in person, but I watch her videos. I absolutely love her. And she's just raving about this series always. This is like one of her favorite series ever, and I decided to give it a go. I did not know what I was getting myself into. Now, I only read the first book out of the series so far. That's all I can speak on. And the fact that it has made it to this video is saying something. I don't know what it is saying about myself because this series is just so crazy. It is so dark. The MMC in this book is absolutely insane. He is a complete psychopath. Like, the things that he does are just so unhinged, and I did not know whether I was gonna like this book as much as I did in the beginning, because the things that happen, if you read this book you'll know, but the things that happen in the beginning of this book are just absolutely crazy. It's terrifying. I was terrified of him. I hated him. I could not even imagine how I could possibly like this book after what happened in like literally within the first couple of chapters. But I was like, you know what? I have to give it a go. I have to give it a try. I have to continue on and see if I will actually like it, because I was very close to DNFing it. It was just giving me such a bad ick that I could not go past it. Like, you guys, I was struggling. I was struggling to get through that part, but I'm so glad that I continued on and I didn't DNF this, because at the end I was like, this was so good. Like, it's very entertaining, but like I said, the MMC is just completely unhinged. Like, I don't know if this will be a good book to read if you've never read dark romance. I don't think this will be a good book to start your dark romance journey with. It's definitely not for everybody, so do with that information what you will, but it was very, very entertaining. I could not put it down. I definitely will be continuing on with this series because it was really good. Definitely check trigger warnings going into this because things can get pretty crazy. And the last book is Lights Out by Nevessa Allen. Now this book I listened to an audiobook on Spotify and it was so good. I've seen so many recommendations of this book, but specifically of audiobook, and I decided to give it a go. I had no idea what this was about or really anything about this book. I've just seen so many people saying that the audiobook is just so good, and it was. I have not listened to many audiobooks. I do prefer still reading versus listening to the books, but this one was so good. I just know that if I read the book, I would not love it as much because the voice actors are, I feel like they nailed it. They absolutely nailed it. It's a dark romance, but it's more like a dark romance comedy and lighthearted dark romance type of thing, if that makes any sense. If you have read Butcher and Blackbird, I have not read that book, but I know a lot of people have compared Butcher and Blackbird to this book because that one is also kind of like a dark romance, but it's also a bit of comedy. So I've heard people say that this is giving the same vibes. Our MMC is so funny. Like, the inner monologues that he has with himself are just hilarious. And listening to it made it 20 times better because the voice actor was so good. He did such a good job portraying our character, and it was perfect. If you are trying to dip your toes into dark romance, if you want to give this book a go specifically, I would highly recommend listening to an audiobook because it just made it like a million times better. I just know that if I read this book, I would love it, but listening to an audiobook, it just made it so much more. It saved me from going crazy driving to and from work for a few days. It was very entertaining. I was dying laughing, and that's all I needed. Now, those are all the books for today, and like I said earlier, if you do see certain books up here and you're like, how did you not include them into your video? It's because I probably have not read them yet, but that is work in progress. I'm trying to get to them. There are a lot of books in series that I really want to read that are very popular and so good. I just wish I had more time, but like I said, that is work in progress. We're gonna get to them eventually, and I'm gonna do an updated video at some point in the future, and I will talk about them, so don't worry. Thank you guys so much for watching. I honestly had the best time filming this. I could sit here and talk about books for hours and hours straight, but nobody wants to see that, so I'm gonna let you go. But before you do, let me know what are some of your favorite books are, because I am always looking for more recommendations and more books to add to my TBR. Not that I need to, because I already have a TBR that's just through the roof. Like, I have so many books that I don't know when I'm gonna read them, but that's a problem for another day. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for clicking. Thank you for spending the last however long this video is with me. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one sometime very soon. Bye!